holiday. Really don't know where to start, man. This absolutely crazy. Another reason why we did when we did our weekly options live trade brief on Friday, I said, hey man, we are not placing any weekly options trades that especially go over a long weekend, let alone a regular weekend. And it doesn't seem like we're ever going to have again a regular weekend, at least for the next 4 years. This guy is Trump's all over the place, from slamming NATO over the weekend as obsolete to slamming Germany and slapping around BMW, and we're going to huge tariff on your cars. And I actually agree with the BMW CEO. He said, hey, why don't you make better cars? That, love it. I'm starting to chill a little bit on his on a little too blue collarish for me, man. If you want companies to stay here, you want businesses to stay, you don't strong arm and beat them in a submission. You make it a better business environment. I know he may be playing catch up, like, well, it's going to be great here, going to make America great again. Well, show me, dude. Okay. And then I think the biggest development for me on the world stage is the fact that the Chinese premier is in Davos, in the echo chamber of the richest people in the world and the elites. And the main reason Trump got elected is because of places like Davos or meetings like Davos. But it's shocking to me that the Chinese premier is essentially on the other side of the trade here. He's saying, hey, man, a trade war ain't good for anybody. So let's all just throttle back here and can't we all get along? So he almost sounds like a capitalist. So that's the news for me, is that they did fire some shots over the weekend, literally using this term. We're going to take the gloves off if this guy doesn't really throttle back. That's obviously somebody in China who went to business school in the United States said, here, use these words, and maybe a guy like Trump will understand that. You got to hope that underneath the commanding officers of China and the commanding officer-elect coming in here this week, there's grown-ups talking back channel going, all right, this is a little bit of bluster here. Everything's going to be fine. I hope so, because we have some FXI positions in our. We just did our primary live trade brief on our new Go to Trading platform, and you have to keep an eye on these FXI trades. FXI had a nice implosion. We got out of, or I told my members, hey, let's get out of FXI for now. Let's wait for Let's wait a little bit until the dust clears, and then we got back into FXI as the dust cleared, and now we're hanging out. So there's the Trump euphoria election sideways, and then he slams trade war, a lot of blusters. Let's steal your drone from one of your Navy ships. Back up here. So it really remains to be seen whether the next move out of FXI is up or down. So we're going to be watching that closely. Also, Trump taking the CEO today of Boeing to the woodshed again. A lot of single stock risks there. You know where there's not single stock risk? Goldman Sachs. You know that where there's not single stock risk? ExxonMobil. We just got into a long call diagonal with a protective put on ExxonMobil in our live trade brief this morning. And here's why I don't think there's danger in these. Now, the official count is 4. 4 current or former Goldman Sachs heavies are heading to the Trump administration. Do you think he's going to be tweet torpedoing Goldman Sachs anytime soon? Rex Tillerson, who ran ExxonMobil, or 45 years the guy's been in ExxonMobil, man. He rose all the way up to be the skipper, and he's most likely going to be Secretary of State. And ExxonMobil earnings, report this morning said, are expected to double this year. So that's one reason to get bullish on ExxonMobil. The other is you have a Trump, or you got a Tillerson put under this stock. So we got long on this out to Jan 19, giving it this as much time to work. I think this is a great trade. We put that on. Goldman Sachs coming out with earnings tomorrow. Down a little bit today, down $5. I know this is profit taking in front of strong earnings. We talked about JP Morgan last week. We talked about Morgan Stanley blew the doors off of it, and this is my bronze medalist. Goldman Sachs, my gold medal. JP Morgan is my silver medalist, and Morgan Stanley is the bronze. And the bronzer, man, did really, really well today. So I'm very bullish on Goldman earnings tomorrow. God forbid there is a miss out of the blue. Holy crap, where did that come from? They still are going to print money going forward, okay? So again, when you got 4 people from your company, in the incoming administration, you got a little bit of a put underneath your position there. Took a look at some tech stocks. We also legged into an iron condor on Apple. So that trade's looking good right here. Iron condor, nice, going in earnings. I think we're going to channel to the right on the Apple chart. Let's take a look real quick. And just a heads up, because I'm getting ready to write these emails right now, folks, we're doing another Full Throttle full week of live trading and training. So keep an eye on your email because it starts next Monday night at 8 with kind of an in-brief. Whoa. And we'll open up our doors, man. It's worth about $400, $500 just a week of access essentially into Top Gun options. And we always get great industry reviews on our Full Throttle week, and we always get a nice group of new members. So I think Apple's going to kind of channel here into earnings, and then I have no idea how they're going to do on earnings, but there it is right there. Do we go up? Do we go down? I think we go up. But nice iron condor going into earnings, because rarely does a company come out with, hey, here's the iPhone 32 before earnings, or rarely do they come out with super bad news before earnings. So hopefully we get a nice iron condor here that hits a nice max profit there. So a lot going on. It seems like hour to hour, tweet to tweet. That's an interesting story. Twitter's a dead stock, and the president-elect is using it. I mean, without Twitter, well, I guess he'd find something else to use, but it was through Twitter he was able to campaign and go right to the people. But I think it's actually turning into a reverse trade here. I don't know if people like it, but I don't know. I'm digressing here. Amazon had a nice trade on that. I'm going to start cleaning some of this stuff. I gotta get running here because, like I said, I got to write some emails to promote for our Full Throttle week next week. It's going to be awesome, and I'm pretty sure you can just head to. I don't know if the page is hooked up yet. Of course, my computer's freezing up here. Go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. That's usually the opt-in page there. Go.topgunoptions.com/full-throttle. And for whatever reason, I'm a little frozen here. Hello, autofill. There you go. Full-throttle. I'll get my techie to make sure this is up to date with the dates, the times, and everything like that today. So make sure you go to this link and grab your seat for free. And even if you can't attend all the sessions next week, we'll give you the replay page after each one is done. I'm actually rendering the replay from this morning's primary live trade brief right now. Everything's recorded, and you'll be able to join us. Okay, so have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back with Wednesday's market sit rep tomorrow. We'll see you.